Hello, everyone. It's Jackie Martin here with A Matter of Motivation and another edition of Pop-Up Positivity. We've got a great guest today. This is Michelle Daniels. She is with our Forsyth County Chamber of Commerce. She's our Director of Tourism, but I've had just the blessing to know Michelle for several years. And when she first arrived at the Chamber, she brought so much experience and creativity, and it really helped along the way with marketing and social media and all kinds of ways. So she's kind of a guru in our area that a lot of people, small business owners in the chamber, turn to for ideas, in addition to tourism, obviously around marketing. And so, Michelle, thank you so much for being here and joining us.
Yes, thank you, Jackie. I'm so honored. I've seen quite a few of your amazing interviews from just like such incredible wealth, experience of knowledge, people in our community. So I'm so honored to be here. Thank you.
Well, you are right up. I mean, just the thought of being able to pick your brain, share a little bit. Would you tell us just a little bit more about your background for those who haven't had a chance to meet you yet?
Sure. So, oh my gosh, if you look at my portfolio of especially when it comes to creativity, it ranges from working at Disney World. I'm born and raised and from Orlando originally, to haunted houses. For a very long time, I went and reviewed haunted houses, and I just have a passion. I love Halloween. I love Disney. I love to be creative. I love to organize. So, but that has basically sparked a lot of joy and passion when it comes to digital marketing. I came to the chamber as actually the associate events director, helping to plan events. We do over 120 events every single year with the chamber, and so I came on board to help with that, and then also helping with their marketing strategy when it came to social media. So, and then one of the great things that I love so much about the chamber is getting to meet people like you, Jackie, with these business owners that have incredible products and services that they offer, and they're so incredibly it's targeted to specific areas. And so it's been wonderful to come in with the knowledge that I have learned, and it's all organic. It's basically self-taught, because I'm going to age myself here and tell you that when I went to school, when I was at college, marketing looked very different than it does today. There were no social media classes like there are now. So this is all self-taught, and I love the climate that comes with social media, because it's ever evolving, it is ever changing, and that is something that I love, because a mantra that I live by: if it doesn't challenge you, it will never change you. And so I'm always looking for like the next thing, like how can we be innovative in this very digital world, especially right now. So and then a couple of years ago, my role shifted at the chamber, and I was promoted to the director of tourism position. And so, oh my gosh, it's just been a whirlwind the last 2 years with tourism in Forsyth County, marketing the film industry and the amateur sports market, to all of our incredible amenities that we have in our backyard. So we've just done a lot of really great things over the last couple of years, and I love every single minute of it.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, it sounds like there's been kind of I just heard you share a couple of themes that I heard. And let me just mention a couple of them. One is obviously creativity in your professional, probably personal world too, that creativity, but also communication and marketing. So there's another one. I'm going to hold on to that for a second, but those two came to mind right off the top. So in this era we're in right now, we're talking to each other from our home offices, but how have you used or shifted or pivoted with respect to what you've been doing and using creativity to communicate, or creativity in marketing right now? What's going on there?
Yeah, so of course, with the chamber, our role, we are the whole mission is to help create these incredible, the quality of life in our community, to help businesses large and small. And so even though my focus typically within the chamber world is tourism focused, the week of March 14th, I will never forget it. That weekend, the leadership of our organization, we got together via, like we are now, on a video call. And basically it was like, okay, guys, we're going to have to pause what we normally do because our whole world is about to change.
Mhm.
And so I work for a wonderful organization that loves, to let those, whatever you're passionate about, they let you thrive in that environment. And so basically, I was told, hey, can you build a website from scratch in about 48 hours? Because we're going to create this new Together for FOCO initiative to help just keep the support around the businesses, just keep that motivation going and keep that momentum going, and to be a resource of information, because right now, as we all know, there's a lot of information being thrown at us from left and right, and it's very hard to navigate what's true, what's not true. Definitely when it comes to applying for different loans and the shelter in place order. And so we wanted to create a very user-friendly experience via a website to be able to give all of that information, but not be overwhelming with it. And I hope that that makes sense. So that is basically my role right now. And it's kind of paused in the tourism front, but yet it's not paused in the tourism front because we've done some really fun things. We've launched just, this past week, we launched a takeout bingo challenge to see to keep the momentum going, to support the local restaurants, and everybody has just embraced it. It's been amazing to see just the love and support for the restaurants, for the retail shops, for just for all businesses in our community. So it's one of those things you kind of had to just buckle up and just enjoy the ride. And that's exactly what we've done. Is we've really just tried to try to think outside the box when it comes to how to be creative, especially in a crazy and uncertain world that we're living in. So that's a very small way of saying what we've been doing, but it's been a lot of fun.
Well, and so it seems to me that obviously the Chamber of Commerce in so many ways sets the tone for how, the support and how the sort of the culture of the community too. But for you personally, how have you found, this is called pop-up positivity, because I really do believe there's a whole lot of what goes on outside. It starts right here with us. So how do you maintain, even during sort of these chaotic times, that mindset or approach that keeps you in that positive frame of mind?
Sure. You're seeing my partner in crime.
I see.
My work colleague, that's Haley, my chocolate lab. So one of the things, I had to really figure out very quickly was a balance, right? Because I live and breathe this initiative. I really do want to help as much as I possibly can. But in honest reality, if we're not taking care of ourselves, we'll never be able to help take care of anybody else. And so one of the things that has become very important, and that's why she's sitting here right now, is she's like, hey, Mom, it's time for our walk. So we tend to try to walk and get some fresh air a couple of times a day, get out of the workspace, unplug for a minute, and just kind of take in nature for a while. One of the other things that I have done every single morning, I'm very blessed that we invested in a treadmill in our home years ago because I was training for a half marathon. And so I pop onto the treadmill every single morning, and I have this mantra, 5K a day keeps the crazy away. So those are some of the things, but I will tell you, one of the things that has helped me the most just to keep my mental space clear, I do a lot of meditation and yoga, and I try to find really funny things to watch and to listen to. So whether that be a podcast or a Netflix series that I know I probably don't have to name because everybody's watched the series that I'm thinking about or talking about, but it's just, you're trying to find the funny and to try to find those uplifting, positive experiences so that you can keep your mental space clean too.
Well, it was funny today. Darren Hardy, I don't know if you know him, but he does a Darren Daily email I get, and he talks specifically about the importance of guarding what you let in your mind. So what you kind of feed it or watch or listen to, or who you're around, even surrounding yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. one of the things for me, like you said, we're kind of surrounded by chaos, right? It's just the honest reality that we're living in. And for me, I mean, I know we're living the giant pause right now, but for me, the giant pause is kind of having to turn off some of the chaos that's being thrown at us so rapidly. So basically, my husband and I, what we do outside of our walks a couple of times a day, we turn off our computers every single night, and we try to just sit and have a conversation. That old school train of thought of you have a dinner at the dinner table with no devices, and you just have a conversation. And we really try, we try to just catch up with each other. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Because I feel like it shifts daily, like, right? We're kind of all riding a wave. And so just really kind of checking the pulse with your loved ones, with your friends, reaching out to people and just having a conversation on the phone, just checking in with people. So, but that's kind of how we've been navigating it so far.
Well, I think it's so important, first off, to be able to reinitiate those old customs of getting out and walking and actually sitting down, mind blower, and having a dinner together. This is one of those things that's kind of come as a result, but could be like the real hidden and not so hidden blessing behind it all. But it also sounds like you're recognizing that you have to touch base with people and know that the mental emotional state of your friends, your family, even your spouse, really matters in how they deal with this situation. Do you agree?
Yes, absolutely. And it's been really remarkable to see, right? So here's a great example. My mom works for a very big corporation, and she is in a team environment. And so, of course, just like all of us, we're all having to learn how to work remotely. And so she sends her team these incredibly powerful motivational quotes to start the day, whether it's a funny meme, it's a great inspirational quote to kind of put your mind into a different perspective. But she's doing a great job to help kind of keep the motivation and positivity flowing, because I feel like if you start your day in a positive way and end your day in a positive way, the chaos that happens in between that hopefully gets muted a little bit. But like for our family, I mean, my husband and I, with his family, we have a Zoom family call every Sunday right now. And we didn't do that prior to COVID-19. And so it's like you said, it's kind of like a serendipitous in the timing of it. But it's been a blessing because we're really connecting virtually in this capacity that we 30 days ago didn't know was going to happen.
Exactly. Well, I mentioned I was going to circle back around to what I know is one of your passions, and you mentioned it with respect to running and races. And so you even have a YouTube channel. Tell everybody what the name of that channel is.
Yeah, so it's Adventures with Michy, which is Michy. It's a nickname that actually I've had for a very long time. And the whole entire reason why I created a YouTube channel was truly as a research tool, right? Because I do a lot with social media, and I had a lot of people asking questions about starting a YouTube channel and, what my thoughts were on that. And I thought, well, I can't give anybody advice because I have no idea how to do it. So it was really started as a research tool. And then at the same time, I was also simultaneously training for a half marathon at Disney World. And so I thought, well, what more fun way to kind of let everyone virtually train with me. And so it's kind of a mixture of different videos, and you kind of really get to see a little bit of my personality, from cleaning an organization to shopping with me for Halloween, like I talked about earlier, for holidays, because if you've seen my house at Halloween and Christmas, it's crazy. We go nuts here for holidays. So it's a really great way to kind of dive into my personality a little bit, and then we like to have a lot of fun too. So there's a lot of really good Disney vlogs on there. So if you need to take a break, we've got tons of content for you to enjoy.
So that sounds like that's your marketing passion, that's your running passion, that's your creative passion, kind of a great expression of all those things.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's been a really cool way to share a little bit of my world with with the entire world.
I love it. Well, I have one question that I ask everybody, and some of it I think we've kind of already headed in that direction. But the question was posed by a friend of mine named Nina. She's a life coach, and she shared and asked a question, and always to challenge us whenever we're, figuring out how we feel about a certain circumstance is, what if it's better? I mean, what if at the end of fill in the blank? What if it's better? So when you hear that question posed to you, what comes to mind?
Oh my gosh. So immediately I think of just how just me personally, how my environment has totally shifted for the better. Right. So I think I touched upon it earlier. I very quickly had to learn balance. And so because that work-life balance, what if it's better? Well, it became better immediately after figuring out kind of what that balance looks like. But for me, in the environment, what if it's better? And yes, worldwide, of course, but I mean like my mental environment, my physical environment, because we're doing a lot of house projects right now and DIY projects around our home. So for me, when we get to the end of this, it's better because we made it better and because we chose to make it better.
I love that. And so that's, to me, you're speaking my language when you're talking about choices. And while we can't we can't control all the circumstances, we absolutely can control our response to it. And it sounds like you're making the most of it.
Absolutely. Choose your attitude, right?
That's exactly right. That's it. Well, Michelle Daniels, thank you so much for being here. We just appreciate you so much, and keep being the leader and the guru of social media and forging ahead. So we have a great way to be able to use you as a resource. Thank you so much for being here.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. This was so much fun.
Yay. I appreciate you being here too. Thank you so much for joining us from another Pop-Up Positivity edition. This is Jackie Martin with A Matter of Motivation. Enjoy your day.
Bye.